You're probably watching this video because you want to know the answer to the question, why does my shoulder hurt more at night? We see a lot of people in the clinic with shoulder pain. It's kind of quite one of the common things that we see. But of course, a lot of people will say it hurts more at night and they get a little bit concerned about that. So I just want to address a few of those things. And I think the first thing to remember is it's probably not because you're damaging it more. It's almost a bit of a myth that you're going to be damaging it during the night. It's not true. Night pain is common with a myriad of different shoulder conditions. One of the first reasons will be that all of a sudden it's quite a part of the day, you're lying down, your shoulder starts to get a bit more attention. Obviously, when you're moving, the shoulder's moving, you're walking, you work, all these kind of things. There's lots of other distractions. Now that you're in bed, you're actually getting the attention and your brain starts to recognize that as pain. And so it's a bit like toothache, isn't it? Toothache can be a little bit uncomfortable at night as well. So that's one of the things to consider. Also, you're more likely to be lying on the shoulder. And sometimes people will say to us, well, you know, it hurts when I'm lying on the other side. That's not uncommon. It's quite a usual circumstance. And so we see a lot of people who consider obviously it's more painful when they're lying on it. You've got to remember now that you're in bed, your shoulder isn't moving, joints like movement, and that's what they're designed to do. When you're in bed, it's not moving. You can stay in one position for hours, the tissues become stiffer, and then when you try and move it, it takes a bit of time to get it going. That's recognized as pain then. Obviously, a lot of people say to us, once we move it again, it starts to become a bit easier. Obviously, the inflammation can be more noticeable at night because you've got a lot of inflammatory chemicals doing their stuff while you're resting. And it doesn't mean necessarily things are getting worse. It just means that you're more aware of these types of pain. A lot of people say to us, well, does it mean I've torn my rotator cuff? Well, probably not. It's very unlikely. There tends to be some reasons why you might tear your rotator cuff. So it's very unlikely that you'll tear your rotator cuff in bed. It's night pains associated with shoulder conditions such as rotator cuff, such as frozen shoulder, such as shoulder impingement, arthritis, these types of conditions. So the question has to be, what can you do to help it? So we would recommend avoid lying directly on that shoulder. Lying on your other side and hugging another pillow, that can help sometimes. If you're sleeping on your back, place a pillow under your elbow so that your arm's slightly supported. Gentle mobility exercises before you go to bed, so give it a little bit of range of motion before you go to bed. That can help a little bit of stiffness. And avoid testing your shoulder. You know, a lot of people go, oh, well, it hurts when I do that. And they keep doing that and they keep doing that. It keeps getting irritated, more and more irritated. So try and avoid that. If it is waking you every night, it's probably an indication that you do need somebody to have a little look at it for you, just to determine exactly what's going on, to find out your best solution. I would suggest being careful with your ordinary movements, you know, getting dressed and reaching for stuff overhead, fastening your seatbelt, that type of thing. That can be irritable, so just be careful doing that. What you do have to remember is most shoulder conditions can settle. They can get well with the right treatment, obviously. What you do need to do is know exactly what is going on so you can get that right treatment. Shoulder pain isn't one diagnosis. There's a multiple number of things that can be causing that pain. And so if your shoulder has been disturbing your sleep, you're within your rights to try and let it settle under its own volition to start with. But if it's been hanging around, that might be the time to get it looked at. If you've got a friend who's got shoulder pain, keeps complaining to you, send them this video. It might just help.